Hello everyone, long time no see. Unfortunately, I am sorry about that. But here we are with some nice cozy horror stories for you this evening. We have 3 stories from the subreddit Short Scary Stories, as usual, and I hope you'll enjoy them. First one out is It's a Horrible Life by Reddit user Spooky Scary. When I approach you in the park, you look pretty down and out. Clothes disheveled, eyes bloodshot, nose running. The holidays can be hard on people. I sit next to you on the bench, the smell of your binge drinking invading my nostrils. How are you doing, my friend? I ask gently. Not so good, you reply. I got fired from my job. Can you believe that? Fired so close to Christmas. My girlfriend keeps saying we're going to get evicted if I don't find something soon. Doesn't she think I already know that? I reached out to my friends, but none of them will help me because I've asked so many times before. You know, sometimes I think everyone would be better off if I was never born. You look shocked, as if you can't believe you unloaded so much on a total stranger. I'm familiar with this effect I have on people. Now, I'm sure that's not true, I say. Listen, you might not believe this, but I'm an angel sent from heaven to watch over people like you. Why don't I show you what it would be like if you were never born? Then you can see how much everyone needs you. You sniffle. Okay. I produce a tiny bell from my pocket and ring it. Suddenly, we're in front of a magnificent mansion. Where are we? You ask. I took you to your girlfriend, so you can see how sad she is without you. We peek in the window at the impressive interior with expensive furnishings. Your girlfriend is at the dinner table with an exceedingly handsome man, holding his hand. She laughs at something he says and strokes the hair of a beautiful child sitting next to her. But she's better off without me, you exclaim, horrified. Oh, I'm sorry, I say. Let's try something else. I ring the bell again and we're at your parents' house. A young man who bears a resemblance to you walks outside. Is that my brother? But it can't be, he died years ago. If I had to guess, I offer. He may be alive because you weren't around to influence him to drive so fast. I watch your face as your parents come out of the house, smiling and hugging your brother in a way they never hugged you. Oh God, you say. Take me back, please. I can't stand another second here. I ring the bell and we're back in a world that you know is worse because of your existence. You run away and I wonder how you're going to do it. Pills? A gun? Or maybe jumping off a tall bridge. I know you won't be able to live with what I've shown you. No one has ever been able to. None of it was real, of course. But you think it is, and that's enough. I remove my hat to give my horns some air and keep walking, looking for the next poor soul depressed during this fine holiday season. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the first story. Let's move on to Mime Time, the second story for tonight. It's written by user Loyu. Yes. Alright, Mime Time. You know what sucks? Being the best in the world at something and it being utterly unmarketable. I am an incredible mime. I can fake climbing a rope like you wouldn't believe. But mimes don't rake in the cash like they used to. And busking is hard. On a good day I might take in $30. No matter how many walls I'd walk into or jump ropes I'd skip, my act just wasn't making money. I was going to lose my apartment. I'm crediting my desperation for me not noticing how creepy the man was. I guess when your diet mostly consists of 99-cent tacos, you don't think twice when you get offered magic gloves. But he said they'd make me put on the most memorable show ever. So I took them. The next day, I set down my money bucket, slipped on the gloves, hit the play button on my stereo and got to work. I started with the rope climb. Then something amazing happened. As I closed my hands around the invisible rope, my fingers latched onto something solid. I could feel the rope in my hands. I gave it a strong pull. My feet came off the ground and I hung there, dangling from a rope that wasn't there. It was incredible. And I was rewarded by the sound of clapping and applause. A small crowd had gathered, staring in wonder as I hung mid-air. So I continued my show. I sat on chairs that weren't there, leaned impossibly against walls. I even rode an invisible bike through the ever-increasing crowd to uproarious cheers. And my money bucket was filled with cash. And then I tried the classic, the invisible box. I crouched and stretched out my hands, feeling the walls around me. I faked hysterics as I pounded on the walls. The crowd loved it. I gave a flourish of my hands to the crowd and got up from my crouch. And my head slammed into the ceiling. I stifled a yell. The crowd laughed. I put my hands out and pushed on the invisible walls, but they wouldn't budge. I began to pound and kick and slam myself against the walls of my invisible prison, but nothing worked. I tried to take the gloves off, but it was like they were fused to my skin. I gave up the mime shtick and yelled for help, but my mouth produced no sound. Then the walls began to move inward. I tried to brace myself against them as the box grew smaller and smaller. The crowd cheered loudly as I pushed with all my might, trying to stop the wall's terrible advance, until I could feel it on every side, squeezing in on me like a vice. And as my breath left me and my bones cracked, and as the jubilant laughter of the crowd turned to terrified screaming, I couldn't help but to think, this was definitely my most memorable show ever. And that's the second tale. I really enjoyed that one when I read it the first time. And I hope you enjoyed listening to it. Let's move on to the third and final story for tonight, which is called A Memo to Disney Cast Members. It is written by Reddit user The Rabid Fangirl. A memo to Disney cast members. A Disney cast member's top priority is the comfort and safety of our guests. For this reason, all Disney World employees must follow these rules. Failure to do so will result in disciplinary action. Ask to examine the photos our guests have taken. Be friendly. Check for abnormalities. If any are found, call for security. Guests may be distracted with free merchandise. Every 7th photograph taken on the dinosaur attraction must be deleted. If questioned, explain that it was a technical error and offer fast passes. The rumors of sharks and crocodiles in the lagoon are false. However, there is no swimming outside of designated swimming pools on Disney property. Dead alligators are common in the lagoon. Simply evacuate the area, call for security, then take note of how much has been eaten. There is only one Mickey out at once. If you find a second Mickey having an autograph second, check for eye holes. All Disney costumes have eye holes. If you don't find eye holes, allow the session to continue, but disallow photos. Call security immediately after the session concludes. If you spot a second Mickey off to the side, lure him into the tunnels. That's what the ducks are there for. Leave immediately afterwards and do not look back. The Disney World Security Unit does not wear specially marked clothing. If you see someone wearing a shirt that says Disney Security, shut down that section of the park immediately. Following these rules will help ensure A safe and pleasurable trip to the happiest place on earth. So stay knowledgeable and stay safe. There you go. That is all for tonight. I hope you enjoy these stories. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment this video. Yes. And I will see you soon again. I promise. No more weeks without videos.